But first tonight, a star of the reality TV show Bondi Rescue has been told he may never surf again after a monster wave fractured his back.
It landed straight on my head. All I was thinking was praying that I had movement. I just had these really severe shooting pains in my arms. As soon as I got to the surface, I was just screaming for help.
A Bondi Rescue lifeguard could be walking again in 6 months after spinal surgery.
The doctors told me, they said you're very lucky you're not a paraplegic. They said it went really well.
It's the moment he's played over in his mind countless times.
I'm very grateful just to be walking, let alone going for a paddle, so yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Just 4 months after his spine was crushed in a devastating wipeout, the Bondi lifeguard is back in the water and then soaking up the magic of that first wave.
Welcome back to another episode of Mesurf TV. Today I'm joined by a lifeguard in the hit show Bondi Rescue, Kobi Graham. Welcome to the show, Kobi.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for coming on, mate. Can we just go through that day, like what actually happened?
Well, surfing, it was a bunch of guys out there. It was probably about the 6 foot mark, maybe a couple of bigger ones, and was having a really good session out there. We've probably been out there for about 5 or 6 hours, and it was right at the end of the session. It was like my last wave, and I was really deep. It was a good size wave, and I don't know what happened. The water rushed off really quick, and a bit of a backwash hit me, and I just did a bit of a nosedive and went straight head first. And I knew I was in trouble. I was like, oh, this is not going to be good here. Like, I've hit my head on a submerged rock, because if it had been a ledge, I think I would have just kept compressing my spine. I kind of couldn't swim too well, because the more I moved around, the more pain I got. So I just managed to come up, and a wave hit me again. So I've gone back under. It was luckily my mate, toe partner Bones, I know he came zooming in. He was sort of like, what do you want me to do? He actually jumped off the ski to try and help me, and I said, get back on the ski. I don't want to lose the ski, because if you lose the ski, we're in all sorts.
Yeah, true.
So I've grabbed with one arm, grabbed the sled, and my mate's Bones has grabbed my wetsuit. I've just pulled myself up and flipped myself onto the back of the mat. But just doing that was just so much pain. Yeah. As you can probably see, there's a bit of a scar there, straight on my head there, and I've fractured my C6 and 7 and dislocated as well, and there's a bit of a bone chipped off in there as well. They cut through my neck here. They took a graft just off there, so off the hip, put a plate in there.
Something of this magnitude, like, you're a lifesaver, you're outdoors, you're very active. Yeah. How's like an accident like this sort of affected, your life and work, and I guess, mentally?
I was in pretty good spirits in hospital. Like, I never really got any bad news. Like, I was always getting told good things. So I could tell by myself from being a lifeguard that I knew how much movement I had, that I was probably going to be okay. Like, I could tell I was doing my own assessment on the back of the jet ski. I was moving my legs. I find myself lucky, if anything. I landed on my head and I broke my neck, but look at me now.
How is it in Bondi, actually, like being on this show and actually down there with a bit of celebrity status?
It's definitely helped us, raise the profile of a lifeguard. Like, I think I started my first shift maybe roughly about 8 to 10 years ago.
Yep.
And back then, when we were working on the beach, people just thought we were complete bums, like they'd see you sitting there on a quiet day and they'd just go, oh, geez, it's a tough job, Whereas now, people really give us credit for what we do, because they see what actually goes on.
Yeah.
We definitely earn it in summer, in December, January. But
do you ever get guys like you rescue them and they come in and just come back to consciousness and they're like, mate, can you just sign my arm?
No, not that far, but we do have times where we've got a serious sort of like medical thing going on, and someone comes up and wants an autograph or something, and you're like,
really?
all the time.
Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks,
Cheers.
mate.
No worries.
Talk to you soon.